Okay, so let's talk about Static now. You were mentioning him with Addictive and everything, and we know he wrote the song. And how did you originally, meet him, and how did he come into the equation of working with you and everything?
Wow, amazingly. I originally, you're not going to believe this, met Static when he was with Playa, because Playa was one of my favorite groups. I listened to, all of their stuff. I was just like such a big fan. At the time, I was living with Tina Davis in New York, actually in Jersey, and she was with Def Jam at the time. Yeah. And she kind of introduced me to that family. I think I met Timberland through that same loop, everybody, and I was kind of going to their sessions and hanging out, and that's when I first heard Playa and what Timberland was doing with Leah, and I was just like completely in awe, like, wow, so much talent in one room.
Yeah.
I think I saw Missy there also. It was amazing. And so I knew Static from there. I did not know Static as a writer yet, so I knew him, as an artist, and I just knew that I loved their records. From that point, I had purchased their records, then I kind of experienced him a little later as a writer, as I got more into my writing around the industry. Yeah. And then by the time I got signed to Dre as an artist, I was trying to tell him about Static. He knew nothing about Static. So when we first started my record, I was like, yo, this guy Static from this group Playa, he's serious. 10. I'm like, we got to get him to come in here and write something. At the time, Dre was kind of like always in his cave. He didn't know about all the stuff that was going on outside the cave. I was like, no, you got to understand me about this writer. We got to get him in here. So I did that with him about two things, about Static and about Jill Scott. He didn't want to hear what I had to say about either at first.
Okay.
Next thing I knew, he was Jill Scott compounds, and Static coming to the studio to write a fiction. I was like, hey, where did all this come from? I was like, when I was trying to tell you about Static at the beginning of the project, you didn't want to hear me. Now, when at the end of the project, you're like, yeah, Static's coming here, right? And I'm looking at him like, my mouth is on the floor, like, really, how did you get in contact with Static? He's like, I got my sources. He's coming in here to write the record. I was like, okay, whatever. So he came in, he did it in literally 10 minutes, and it was a wrap. He went in and sang it down. I think he sang the melody down first, then he went in and sang the lyrics down to the melody, like, no paper, no pen, it was just done. That was it, and it was a hit.
Damn.
Wow. Once again, all she wrote.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep, so, yeah, he was a great guy, man. He may rest in peace. He was such a prolific writer, artist, all of those things, producer, just, all of those things. He was amazing. And I used to love to sit and watch him work also as a producer. Yeah. As someone who can put the entire picture together and make a song happen. Yeah, I respected and appreciated him in a great way. So, it was also honored to work with Static, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cool. And once the song was finished, did you guys expect it to have, the success that it eventually did?
No, we didn't really have the success in our camp. Like, we loved it so much, but we were afraid it might be too different in a sense. Like, we didn't know how people were going to take it. And it was weird because that was exactly the way that people embraced it when, because it accidentally had success. We didn't even push Addictive. We just kind of threw it out there. And it was weird because a lot of the DJs, radio DJs, they were like, I don't understand this. Yeah. But something about it is like, it's like it's how do you say, like infection. Like it's growing on me like in a crazy way. Like I gotta have it, even though I don't know if I like it yet. So it was like it had that kind of effect on people, the same effect it had on us. Like we loved it, but we weren't sure that it was going to be able to, go.
Yeah.
Like I remember Jimmy Iovine saying it wasn't going to do anything and that we should probably release the R. Kelly record first. And I think that was because he really didn't understand it. There's one of those records that you didn't really understand at first, but once you got a hold of it, it like really made you move and it really drew you in, and made you dance to it, made you feel it. So, yeah, we didn't expect it, but, we did love it.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, so,
and as a songwriter yourself, what really caught your attention the most about Static, the way he, wrote and did his thing in the studio?
What you just said, the way that he wrote and did his thing in the studio, that he just felt it.
Yeah.
And he just, attacked it. It's similar to what I heard R. Kelly did. You know, just had to feel it first, and it was so simple after that it was almost like ABC for him. He'd go in there, sing the melody down, and then sing the lyric down. He didn't have to write it.
Yeah.
And to me, that displays genius. That's just some other level of talent. That's not just a regular old talent.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was what caught me about him, was that he was just, it was so amazing the way that he went about attacking a song and making it a song.
Yeah.
That I respected and admired about him.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that. I can't do that. So I have to really sit down and write it and feel it, and it may take me longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, that's what I loved about him.
Okay, cool. And since you've had the chance, to be around him, and for most of us who've never had a chance to meet him as a person, what can you tell us about him just as a person?
As a person, he was a good guy.
Yeah.
He was always excited when he came in the studio. He was always about the music. I mean, he was just a really good guy, and just his energy was always great to be around. I don't know if you remember or if you know that he didn't just write Addictive on my album. He wrote Real also, the one with Timberland. That was my real experience with him. Like, I think we were there all day long. He didn't write that the way he did Addictive. And when he did Addictive, we were in Dre's atmosphere.
Yeah.
When he did Real, we were in our own atmosphere. We were in Timberland's atmosphere. So it felt like family, and it felt like, like brotherhood and sisterhood. Like it was just always comfortable to be around him, and it was always like a boost to energy. Like, he made me feel like I could hit certain notes that I might have been subconscious or insecure about at the time.
Yeah.
And he would be like, no, you can do it. I know you can do it. And, it always felt like a boost, like a great boost to energy, like, like kind of like a lucky rock in your pocket, I don't know.
Yeah.
If that's some sort of comparison. But yeah, his energy was just like, man.
Yeah.
I used to really, really love it. And, wish it was still here. It's needed right now. Trust me.
Definitely.
It's missing.
Yeah.
So to speak. Yeah, so.
Yeah, the song you mentioned, Real, we actually had a chance to hear Static's demo version of that, and it's really cool to hear his version next to yours. I mean, just for
yeah,
to hear how he does it. But.
I know. I wish I could hear that. Do you have that? I want to hear that.
Yeah, I could definitely get you that. I mean,
yes, I would love to hear that. Just listen to it. That'd be great.
Sure, I'll send you that.
Yeah.
And was there any other songs besides those two that we might not know about, or?
He wrote a couple of other things that we did not use, and that I didn't demo, because I think at one point in time after he wrote Addictive, he was just in the other, like the B-roll where Dre was working at record one, and he was just like writing a bunch of records. I think Dre just had him writing a bunch of records, had him in there with the producers and just writing. So a couple of them he thought would be nice for me, and we had so many songs from our first album. We did over 53 songs that I had demoed, and I had written at least 45 of them. So it was like we had so many songs. It was like some of them got lost in the wash, but he did. I want to say that he definitely did write a couple of other ones for me. They just they didn't make the record. I didn't even demo them. So I wish I had the copies of those too, because I know they were hot too.
Yeah, that was my next question. Can you send us those? But,
no, I don't have them.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure Dre does. I don't have them. I wish I did, trust me, because I probably would still be listening to those too.
Okay.
He had a hot voice along with Tim, so I'm sure the song was with him like crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still looking for my Player album. Somebody stole my Player album.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that happens with good music, so.
Of course.
Yes.